There's something quietly unforgettable about a truly elegant woman. She doesn't need bold colors, expensive labels, or dramatic accessories to be noticed. And yet, when she steps into a room, people feel something shift, a softness, a freshness, a sense of calm, polished intention that seems to follow her like a gentle light. This presence isn't created by chance. It isn't the result of a perfect outfit or flawless makeup. It comes from the small, private rituals she keeps when no one is watching. The habits that never make it into conversation, but always make a difference. The details that shape how she moves, how she speaks, and how others experience her. Today, I want to take you behind that quiet curtain and reveal the 12 overlooked hygiene habits that elegant women never skip. Subtle, simple, yet powerful enough to transform how you feel in your own skin. Elegance begins in the places no one talks about, and the underarms are one of them. A beautifully tailored outfit, polished shoes, even a perfect hairstyle can lose their impact if this single area is overlooked. It's a detail most people rush through, but elegant women treat it as a quiet ritual, a small act of respect for themselves before they step into the world. They don't rely on a quick morning swipe of deodorant and hope for the best. They understand that freshness is something you prepare, not something you try to hide. Twice a week, they exfoliate the underarm area gently with glycolic acid or a mild scrub. Not to be extra, but because deodorant buildup, trapped bacteria, and darkened skin are real and preventable. This simple step keeps the skin smooth, bright, and clean, the way polished silver glows even in low light. Their deodorant isn't chosen for fragrance, but for balance. They avoid formulas that irritate, disrupt pH, or simply mask odor without solving it. And on long days, they aren't afraid to freshen up discreetly. It's not vanity, it's preparedness. It's the calm confidence of knowing there is no moment, no raised arm, no warm room, no sudden hug where they must worry. Because true elegance is never about being noticed. It's about moving through the day free of distraction, secure in the knowledge that every detail, even the ones hidden beneath fabric, is quietly cared for. Elegance doesn't stop at the ankle. In fact, some of the most quietly refined women I've met are the ones who care for the parts of themselves no one expects them to. And toenail care is one of those intimate, easily overlooked habits that speaks volumes about a woman's inner standards. Most people think, who's going to see my feet? But elegant women don't wait for a moment of exposure to justify care. Their ritual continues year-round, even in winter, even in closed shoes, even when they're the only ones who will notice. Because for them, maintenance is not a performance, it's consistency. Their toenails are trimmed neatly, never sharp or uneven. Cuticles softened, never dry or neglected. Polish, if worn, is either fresh or removed entirely, never chipped, never half forgotten. And clean nails, without a trace of dirt, are non-negotiable. These small choices create a sense of readiness, the kind that shows in subtle ways. The ease of slipping into sandals, the confidence of lounging by a pool, the comfort of knowing that nothing is out of place. Pedicures aren't treated as indulgences, but as upkeep like steaming silk or polishing leather. They preserve softness, prevent discomfort, and support graceful movement. When the feet are well cared for, the entire posture shifts. Steps become lighter, walking feels more fluid, and elegance radiates from the ground up. Because true sophistication isn't about showing off beauty. It's about honoring your body quietly, consistently, even in the places that rarely meet the light. Elegance may be seen on the outside, but it is felt from within. And no habit reflects this truth more clearly than intimate hygiene. For elegant women, caring for the most delicate parts of their body is not a topic of embarrassment. It is a quiet commitment to comfort, confidence, and well-being. They never rely on harsh soaps or heavily fragranced wipes products that may smell appealing but disrupt the natural balance of the intimate area. Instead, they choose gentle, pH-balanced cleansers designed specifically for sensitive skin. They cleanse with intention, not haste, understanding that irritation often comes from using the wrong products, not from lack of cleanliness. Their routine also includes giving the skin room to breathe. They favor breathable cotton underwear for daily wear, avoiding tight synthetic fabrics that trap heat and moisture. Some even sleep without underwear to let the area rest naturally, a small detail that makes a surprisingly big difference in comfort and hygiene. Their approach is proactive, not reactive. They don't wait for discomfort to remind them of care. They stay ahead of it with small, thoughtful habits that support a feeling of ease throughout the day. And that ease shapes everything: how they sit, how they walk, how they carry themselves in conversation. Because when a woman feels clean, balanced, and comfortable at her core, she moves with a confidence that doesn't need to be announced. It gently radiates from her posture, her smile, her presence. True elegance begins where comfort lives, in the quiet spaces no one sees but she always feels. The navel is one of the smallest, quietest corners of the body, yet it reveals more than most people realize. It's a place easily forgotten in daily routines, hidden beneath layers of clothing, but elegant women know that true refinement includes even the areas that never meet the spotlight. Caring for the navel is a subtle gesture, but it carries surprising impact. Throughout the day, the navel collects sweat, oil, lint, and residue from clothing. Left unattended, it can develop an odor or irritation, tiny issues that disrupt confidence more than most expect. Elegant women treat this space with the same softness they give to the rest of their skin. After a shower or before dressing, they gently clean the area using a cotton swab dipped in micellar water or witch hazel. It takes only a moment, but the result lasts far longer. This isn't about preparing to wear crop tops or swimsuits, though it certainly helps. It's about the quiet assurance of knowing every inch of their body is cared for. When even the invisible parts feel clean, a woman moves differently. She stands a little taller. She breathes a little easier. There is no part of her she is ignoring or hoping no one notices. And that confidence, subtle, silent, but unmistakable, is the essence of true elegance. It's built not from what others see, but from how she sees and honors herself, down to the smallest, most overlooked detail. We often admire beautiful hair for its shine, its softness, the way it moves or frames a woman's face. But elegant women understand a deeper truth. Hair only looks truly healthy when its foundation, the scalp, is cared for. And among the most overlooked areas are the hairline, temples, and nape of the neck, where residue silently builds up over time. Makeup, sunscreen, dry shampoo, sweat, and styling products often settle along the edges of the scalp, dulling the hair's freshness even when the strands still appear clean. Elegant women never wait for visible signs of buildup. They treat scalp care as part of their beauty ritual, not an afterthought. Between washes, they gently sweep a cotton pad soaked in witch hazel along the hairline to remove oil and residue. Once a week, they may use a soft exfoliating scalp scrub to let the skin breathe again. The result isn't just cleaner roots, it's lighter, more responsive hair, styles hold better, the head feels fresher, and there is no subconscious urge to adjust, hide, or pat down the hairline throughout the day. This level of care doesn't announce itself, but it transforms a woman's presence. Her hair seems to move effortlessly, catching light with a natural clarity that cannot be faked. And more importantly, she feels different, comfortable, polished, quietly confident from the roots outward. Because true elegance begins where most people never look. It's the serenity of knowing that even the most hidden details are tended to with intention and grace. There is a certain radiance that elegant women carry, one that doesn't sparkle loudly, but glows gently, like light on silk. That radiance comes not from glitter or highlighter, but from skin that is consistently cared for. And one of the most essential rituals behind that glow is body exfoliation. While many people focus only on the face, refined women understand that the skin on the body speaks just as clearly. It shows in the way clothes drape, in the softness of a touch, in the quiet confidence of feeling clean and smooth. That's why they exfoliate regularly, usually twice a week, using scrubs tailored to their skin type and fragrance preferences. Their attention isn't rushed. They focus on the areas time tends to forget: elbows, knees, heels, the backs of arms. These parts often reveal whether someone maintains their skin or only remembers it when summer arrives. When cared for, these spots transform, roughness fades, dullness lifts, and the skin looks naturally nourished. Exfoliation is not just about removing what's old, it's about preparing the skin to receive. Moisturizers absorb more deeply, fragrances linger longer and more gracefully. Clothes glide instead of cling. Even simple movements crossing the legs, reaching for a sleeve, feel more fluid. This ritual is quiet, private, unseen, yet it shapes how a woman moves through the world. Smooth skin doesn't shout for attention, it simply enhances presence. And that effortless softness, built through small, steady care, becomes part of her signature elegance. It may sound unusual, even a little uncomfortable to mention, but elegant women understand that true refinement includes the smallest, least discussed details. The nostrils are one of them. They're easy to overlook, hidden in plain sight, yet capable of creating unexpected distractions in moments of closeness. Dry climates, cold air, strong air conditioning, or seasonal allergies can cause the delicate skin just inside the nose to become dry or irritated. Tiny flakes can form without us noticing until we lean in to speak to someone, share a laugh, or pose for a photo. Elegant women know this. And rather than wait for an awkward moment to remind them, they check preemptively. Their ritual is simple and discreet. Before leaving the house, they glance into a small mirror, ensuring the area looks clean and smooth. If needed, they wipe gently with a soft tissue or apply a trace amount of balm or oil to keep the skin hydrated. Not shiny, not noticeable, just comfortable and conditioned. This habit isn't about perfection, it's about preventing hesitation. Nothing interrupts grace more quickly than the sudden worry that something might be visible, even if no one else has noticed. When a woman knows she is tidy even in the smallest corners, she carries herself differently. She smiles more freely. She leans closer with ease. She engages without self-consciousness. Because elegance isn't about being flawless, it's about removing the barriers, physical and emotional, that keep you from connecting fully. Nostril care is tiny, yes, but in the quiet world of presence and poise, it matters more than people think. A woman's hands tell her story long before she speaks. The way they cradle a coffee cup, rest on a handbag, or gesture while she talks reveals more about her care and presence than almost anything she wears. Elegant women understand this deeply, which is why hand care is never an afterthought. It's a daily ritual, woven quietly into their lives. They know that hands are constantly exposed to sun, water, cleaning products, cold air, and time itself. So they moisturize throughout the day, not waiting for dryness to appear but staying ahead of it. A small tube of hand cream lives permanently in their purse. The scent is subtle, clean, never overpowering, just a whisper of softness that follows them through the day. Their cuticles are gently cared for, never torn or neglected. Nails are kept clean, shaped, and intentional. If they choose polish, it's fresh. If they prefer bare nails, they're buffed and tidy. There is no in-between phase, no chipped color, no forgotten corners, because hands are seen constantly, even when we're not aware of it. Elegant women also protect their hands the way they protect their face. They apply sunscreen to the backs of their hands, knowing sun damage doesn't stop at the wrists. This single habit preserves youthfulness longer than most expensive treatments ever could. But beyond appearance, what truly sets them apart is consistency. Their hands feel cared for. And when a woman's hands feel soft, clean, and confident, every gesture becomes a graceful extension of her presence. A radiant smile can warm a room, but true elegance depends on what accompanies it: confidence. And confidence fades quickly if a woman worries about her breath or the cleanliness of her teeth. That's why elegant women approach oral hygiene not as a routine, but as a complete ritual that supports ease in every conversation. They don't rush through brushing. They brush with intention, twice a day, choosing formulas that support gum health and overall freshness. But brushing is only the beginning. Elegant women floss daily, not as a chore, but as an act of self-respect. They understand that fresh breath comes from removing what the toothbrush leaves behind, especially between the teeth, where odor often begins. They also clean their tongue gently, another detail many overlook. A clean tongue doesn't just improve breath, it improves taste, comfort, and overall oral wellness. Before leaving the house, they check their smile in the mirror, not only their lipstick, but their teeth, ensuring nothing has been left behind. In their handbag, there's always a small ally: sugar-free gum or mints. Not for masking problems, but for readiness. It's the quiet assurance that they can speak closely, laugh freely, or lean in without hesitation. Regular dental visits are part of their rhythm, not a last-minute fix. And their mouthwash choices support freshness without overpowering natural scent. Because elegant women don't strive for a perfect smile. They strive for freedom, the freedom to speak, laugh, whisper, and connect without self-consciousness. And that freedom is something people remember long after the conversation ends. Most people think about skincare in terms of products, serums, creams, masks, cleansers. But elegant women understand a quieter truth. What touches your skin matters just as much as what you apply to it. That's why they never neglect the tools behind their beauty routine. Makeup brushes, hair brushes, sponges, lash curlers, even grooming tools. Each of them carries traces of oil, old product, sweat, and bacteria. Left uncleaned, these tools can undo even the best skincare routine. Elegant women approach them with the same care they give to their own skin. Their makeup brushes are washed weekly, not hurriedly, but gently, with warm water and mild soap or a cleanser infused with rose water. They reshape the bristles, let them dry properly, and store them clean. Hairbrushes are regularly cleared of loose strands, then wiped with a cloth or cotton pad to remove buildup that dulls shine over time. The process isn't glamorous, but it creates small moments of calm intention. Picking up a clean brush in the morning feels like choosing clarity over clutter, softness over residue. And as tools remain fresh, makeup applies more smoothly, hair sits more beautifully, and skin stays healthier. This ritual isn't about perfection, it's about respect. Respect for the skin, for the tools, and for the routine that begins and ends each day. Elegant women know that cleanliness behind the scenes becomes beauty in plain sight. It's a small area, almost invisible, tucked just out of sight behind the curve of the ear. Yet elegant women know that true refinement doesn't end where the mirror's frame does. The space behind the ears might seem insignificant, but it quietly collects more than most people realize: natural oils, sweat, residue from hair products, traces from earrings or glasses. Left unattended, this hidden spot can develop a faint scent. Nothing dramatic, but enough to disrupt the polished impression a woman intends to carry. Elegant women prevent this not out of fear, but out of mindfulness. They care for this area the way they care for the rest of their skin: gently, consistently, intentionally. Once or twice a week, usually after a shower, they sweep a soft cotton pad behind the ears using micellar water or witch hazel. It takes seconds, yet it refreshes an area that often goes unnoticed for weeks by others. The gesture is simple, but the effect is profound. For women who wear glasses, statement earrings, or have longer hair, this detail matters even more. It keeps the skin clean, calm, and free of irritation. And psychologically, it offers something powerful, the quiet confidence of knowing everything is taken care of. Because elegance isn't about obsessing over flaws. It's about honoring yourself fully, even in the places no one sees. When a woman steps into the world knowing her presence is fresh from head to toe, even behind the ears, she moves with a calm assurance people feel instantly. There is a glow that cannot be faked. It isn't shimmer on the skin or a dewy foundation. It's the quiet radiance that comes from a body nourished from within. Elegant women understand this deeply, which is why hydration is not a trend for them, it is a daily devotion. They don't wait until they feel thirsty to drink water. They sip throughout the day, treating hydration as a form of self-respect rather than obligation. Some begin their mornings with warm lemon water to wake the system gently. Others infuse their bottles with mint, cucumber, or chlorophyll to add a touch of freshness. These rituals aren't about aesthetics, they're about balance, energy, and internal clarity. They also pay attention to foods that hydrate: crisp cucumbers, melons, leafy greens, nourishing broths, not to chase a diet, but to support the steady, vibrant softness of their skin, their breath, and their overall well-being. Hydration affects more than appearance. It influences body odor, digestion, mental clarity, even the calmness of one's presence. When the inside feels replenished, a woman moves differently. Her skin looks smoother, her eyes clearer, her posture more at ease. This invisible habit becomes visible in the most graceful ways: how she speaks, how she smiles, how she steps into her day without fatigue weighing on her expression. The glow elegant women carry is not applied, it is built one glass of water at a time. Because true elegance begins with how you care for yourself long before the world ever sees you. Elegance has never been about looking perfect or impressing anyone else. It's built quietly, through small choices made day after day, often in moments no one else ever sees. These 12 habits aren't dramatic, they don't demand attention. But together, they create something unmistakable. A woman who feels calm in her body, confident in her presence, and effortlessly put together. When every hidden detail is cared for, there's nothing left to worry about. No second guessing, no distractions, just ease. And that ease changes everything. The way you move, the way you speak, the way people feel when they're near you. You don't need to change everything at once. Start with one habit, make it yours, then slowly add another. Over time, you may notice something subtle but powerful. You're not trying to look elegant anymore. You simply are. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to like it and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps us continue creating thoughtful, practical content for women who value quiet confidence and self-respect. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits do you already practice? And which one surprised you the most? Until next time, take care of yourself gently, because true elegance always begins with how you treat yourself.